You are listening to KC Sports Network, the #1 podcast network for today's Kansas City sports fans. With former players from your favorite teams, informed perspectives, and former insiders, this is the place for you. KC Sports Network is proudly presented by Emprise Bank, your partner in possible.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Currently on No Other Pod. I am Daniel Kooser, here with my best buddy, Chris Wright. Don't tell Jimmy. Chris, how are you, buddy? What's going on?
I'm doing well. I appreciate the compliment, by the way. That's very kind of you to say.
Yes, absolutely.
Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
It was a fine Thanksgiving. It probably ate too much food, but that's what it's for. We're supposed to just feel like crap at the end of the day. No, but get rid of it. Get over it the next day. Self-love, baby. Self-love.
It's the one day you can eat anything and everything without any emotions. Oh, yeah. No emotions, just eat.
I know I had a ton of turbinado sugar and like my cranberry sauce, my freaking peach crisp dessert pear crisp. That's what it was. It was wild, man. Wild time. I sent you my menu because you get a little interested because you're like, well, I don't cook anything but like beans and rice. And I'm like, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
So this is a true story. We were texting and he sent me this menu. It's like 10 or like 5 things you would see on
6 things,
the Food Channel. Okay. So that you would see on
Food Channel.
It was like 4 things, but it was mixed into one. It sounded beautiful. And I'm literally eating a bowl of corn at that moment. And I'm just like looking at my corn, looking at your menu, like, where did I go wrong in life? Bro. I don't know where I did, but I did somewhere.
It was wild, my friend. I had some stuffing. It kind of got burnt, so it was a little crunchy, but still delicious. It was
if you have leftovers and you don't want them, just send me a text and I'll be there in 30 minutes.
Do you know me? There is no leftovers, my friend. When we go to the restaurants, do I get a to-go box? Absolutely not. It gets eaten there or it doesn't get eaten. You know what I mean? So, buddy, we got, holy cow, special guest today. I'm pumped to talk to this person right now. Jenna Winebrenner?
You hinted at it on last episode. You're like,
I did.
Are you hinting at something? I'm like, no, I'm not.
I didn't know
what I was talking about.
I didn't know it was a secret. I was kind of, I thought you were about to come out with it. So I was like, oh, you're just gonna announce it. That's cool, but you didn't. So yeah, we got Jenna Winebrenner. There was a subtle tease last week. Did you catch it? Did you catch the Easter egg? I'm excited, man. She's got doing big things. We spoke about her Comets coaching appointment, if you will. She's also a coach of another team we'll get into. I might be a big time fan. Might need to get shirts made. I don't know.
Can we get jerseys? Is there jerseys out there that we can,
I mean, we should get some kind of
jersey.
There's
kits out there, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Or there's like pajama onesies that I can just dress up like one. You know what I mean? You think I'm above that? I am not above wearing an animal onesie. Done it before. We'll do it again.
Well, you know what? You should do an interview in an animal onesie, by the way, since you're hyping it up. I want to see it now.
Well, it was my wife's, and I probably weighed about 50 pounds less. So now I would absolutely, I'd rip the motherfucker right in the shoulders. It'd be insane. It would be Quadzilla busting out. It'd be absolutely
sleeves
insane.
Would be just torn between your costume and your shoulder.
Hey, I do love a good sleeveless onesie. Like The Rock wearing those sleeveless hoodies. I'm like, what is he doing? Who's that for?
Hey.
Like in case you're warm and hot at the same time?
I'll never be that.
Why did I say that? I meant warm and cold at the same time.
I caught your drift though, but I'll never be that cool to do that. So
I don't know. I thought about it. Sounds cool. Maybe I should piss off all the auto junkies and like cut off the sleeves of a Carhartt hoodie I have. Ooh, people would hate that.
That's Kansas. Somebody will catch it.
Yeah, man. What do you want to talk about? There's like one piece of news I can think about, and then you got some national team news that relates to the women's national team as well. So
yeah, let's hop into the main thing.
Taylor
Leach retiring, announced her retirement. So
30 years old, right?
Yeah. A defender, obviously. So she's played a a crucial part of the Kansas City Current the last 2 years.
She's been around the block too, man. She's not a domestic player. She freaking played in Sweden, for God's sakes.
She's a veteran, without a doubt. She's had a good career. I mean, let's not downplay that. She's had a great career.
Is 30, I don't know. Everybody is different, right? Everybody responds to a strenuous activity in a different way. I'm 36 and have arthritis in my hips, for God's sakes. It shouldn't be a thing, but it is. She's 30 years old. Is that retiring age for women? Because I'd say no.
I don't think so, especially at that position.
But everyone has different goals, right?
Yes.
You don't know if someone wants to be like, really want to start a family, or just kind of sick of the sport,
Exactly. She may have, a good career lined up outside of this. Like, you never know. But she's contributed a lot the last 2 years. She's either started games or come in and, the last 20 minutes and contributed to close out a game. Whenever we needed a center back to sub in, she was one of the ones that was always available and would come in. So she's contributed quite a bit.
Oh, dude, she played in 8 Challenge Cup matches and 26 regular season matches. Started 5 of those Challenge Cup and 14 of the regular season matches. So she wasn't exactly a regular starter over the last 2 years. But like you said, she was good to call on and say, hey, come close this shit out,
And her quality is still good. She could probably still go somewhere. I mean, let's not act like she has no options to play soccer. I guarantee you she does. She's still a quality player.
She doesn't want to, though, right?
She doesn't want to, but I'm saying she could. Like, it wasn't like, players being forced out of the league because nobody wants their services. That is not the case here.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she helped grow this club. I mean, it's a baby club. 2 years. You know what I mean? So, seems like she likes Kansas City. She who knows if she'll stick around. I don't know, but we wish her all the best. Hope things go well for her and whatever she does.
Absolutely.
Should we get her on here? Should we talk to her?
I would love to. Yeah, would absolutely love to.
We have a lot of questions because sometimes we just breeze through these questions, baby. We get to talking to Jenna Winebrenner and we start going bing, bang, boom. And I'm like, God damn, we're about out of questions. Like, I don't like that.
For those who, obviously can't, we have a list of questions.
Yeah, we have
things we want to talk about. We have bullet point type stuff.
I don't normally go off them.
I do. Dan's just.
I go rogue, bro.
He does his own thing. I'm trying to stick to a script, and Dan's just. I don't know what he's doing half time, but it makes it sound beautiful.
It's like when I don't mean to interrupt my wife at home. It's that my brain. Something comes to my head and I'm like, I got to say it. And it's like, sorry for interrupting. I had a thought,
you can't apologize after, right?
You got to apologize. Absolutely. Always apologize, but you got to reel it in. It's the improv comic in me, man. Like, I do improv comedy and I always want to just kind of riff, just kind of roll with it,
Yeah. Your transitions are so much more natural than mine. I'm on a script. Yeah. I mean business, and you're over here just, I don't know what you're doing, but you're doing it, and it sounds beautiful.
You gotta acknowledge them, man. You gotta let them know that you're listening to them, that you care about what they're saying, because you do at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
But it's obvious to get a little nervous. You just talked to an assistant coach, for God's sakes.
I absolutely, the first women's assistant coach in the MASL, right? Yeah,
just
MASL.
MASL.
Yeah.
Quit adding 2 S's.
Yeah, it's why not? Why not? I haven't been to a game, so we're gonna make that happen.
We're gonna go to a game. Dude, you want to kick it to Jenna Winebrenner right now?
Let's go. Let's talk to her.
Gonna do it. Jenna Winebrenner coming up. All right, everyone. Thank you for sticking with us. As promised, we have a very special guest. You could say she's a rookie professional soccer player. You could say she's an assistant coach, ? We're going to talk about it all, but we got to welcome defender Jenna Winebrenner. Thank you so much for being here, Jenna. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, keeping busy in the off season, but happy to be here.
Yeah, no kidding. Sounds like you're wearing all the hats right now. We kind of want to dive in a little bit on this podcast. We really kind of focus about the player. We don't really jump into like statistics and whatnot, minutes played, stuff like that. We just kind of want to give people a window into who the player is. So that being said, I mean, let's go all the way back. When you were growing up, how did you discover soccer? And were there any other sports you played along the way? What was that like?
Yeah, I started playing soccer when I was like 3 or 4 years old. I have an older brother who played soccer as well. So I was kind of already there at the field with my parents, and my mom was like, you know what, let's just throw her in. She's already here kicking a ball around on the side. So that's when I started playing. Skipped the rec thing, went straight into the club aspect of things. But yeah, I played multi-sports all the way through high school. I did all the things when I was younger, softball, swimming, but I played basketball, ran track and cross country, and played soccer all the way through high school.
Wow. Growing up in Kansas City, did you go to any FC Casey games at all?
Yes, absolutely I did. I
was
there last year in the stands.
Okay. Awesome. Was that motivating for you? And also, did you have a favorite player that you watched growing up with FC Casey?
Yeah, I think it is really special to have hometown team. When FC Casey left Kansas City, it was sad. I was upset that we didn't have a team anymore, but I loved going. I loved watching Becky Sauerbrunn. Obviously, she plays the same position as me, and she was in Kansas City for a while. So she was someone I really studied and watched, and I really admire the way she still plays.
Absolutely. She has, stood the test of time and played for a good long while on the highest of stages. Gosh, thinking back, I mean, you're a Kansas City, Missouri native, grew up here, went to school here. So you watched this club and you got to have the heartbreak when they left. And now you get to say you kind of play for that club. I mean, in a sense, they left and came back. I mean, what was that like when you, to get that team back in your town?
Yeah, I think when I was still in college and they were back from Utah for the first season, it was really exciting. Just hoping that they would stay here when my time came to enter my name into the draft. And then hearing my name called during the draft to come back home to Kansas City was something incredibly special that I don't think I'll ever forget. To be able to come home and play in front of friends and family again, and family, older grandparents that aren't able to travel to games is just something that is really hard to put into words. And I think it's really a special moment that not a lot of people get to live through.
Absolutely. I mean, it kind of leads right back into what we have written down here. We do make a little bit of an outline on this show. We kind of just wing it, but we're as NWSL fans, we don't really get a good look into the draft process. It's not exactly, in the media all over the place. Right. But, Can you walk us through your draft day experience, like beat for beat? I mean, did you know if KC Current were interested in you? Were you surprised? What kind of emotions surrounded that day?
Yeah, I think that day was a roller coaster of emotions. I was able to be home with my family. We had a few friends over. My parents got some, decorated cookies and food. It was a long process. The draft, I think, was like 5 hours long or something like that. And I was in a master's class that was only 7 days long. So I was missing. I had to tell my professor that I wasn't going to be in class for I was missing one of 7 days that the class was going on. So in the back of my head, I was like, oh my gosh, I have so much work that I need to do before tomorrow. But yeah, it was a long day full of emotions, I would say. Everyone was just kind of anxious, waiting, and they take a very long time on the draft, I would say. They like to talk about every single pick. And when you're just waiting, not knowing if your name's going to get called, the tension starts to rise, I think. I was picked in the 4th round, so that was the last round. And I think by then it was just kind of a sense of relief. I hadn't talked to Kansas City myself, but I knew that my coaches were in contact with them. And I knew the staff at the time. I obviously have grown up here, so I knew that they knew of me and that my name was in the pickings, but I wasn't sure if they were going to pick me or if I was going to come home. So to hear my name and have friends and family there was a really special moment.
Nice. I remember watching that draft, and I remember the timeouts. Team had like a timeout per round, which dragged that thing out so long that, I mean, it started like 5 or 6 and it ended at like 11 or something crazy. So that must have been a very emotional ride for you. But once you came to Kansas City, was there a player or a group of players that kind of took you under their wing and showed you the ropes a little bit?
Yeah, coming to Kansas City, being from Kansas City, I knew JC Johnson, had grown up playing around her, not really with her. She was kind of out of a couple years older than me. So, but we definitely knew of each other. And I would say she brought me in and was happy to have me here. So that helped. And then obviously I knew Lucas from the club days that I'd been here. So to be able to come back and train with him was it was just something that I knew. It felt like club days again, training at Swope, and it was familiar, which was nice.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I'm sure there's a multitude of stories of players going somewhere and kind of feeling too small, but you coming home was able to slot right back in. I just can't get over the draft situation, how you have this master class, but you're like, well, I kind of want to be drafted to be a professional soccer player. So a lot of worries going on. I just think that's just wild.
It was an interesting email that I had to send to my professor. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to get drafted, but I would like to be excused from class so that I can watch and see if my name is called.
Right. If at all possible, I'd like to be a pro athlete, please.
Yeah.
Jenna, as a rookie, you had an impact right away. I mean, you got a lot of playing time at the beginning of the season. You had to come in and guard some big name players, the likes of Alex Morgan, Sophia Smith, award-winning players, no big deal, right? What was that jump in competition like for you? I mean, was it intimidating? Were you up for the challenge? What was that about?
Yeah, I think being in preseason with players like Lynn Williams and Sam Mewis, and Kristen Hamilton, Lola Bonta, I think that kind of prepared me for what I was getting into, but it's difficult being a rookie, and to be a rookie center back is, I would argue, even more difficult. You're kind of, targeted as you're a rookie center back. You haven't been in the league very long or at all. So the other teams know that, and they're going to point that out to their players during scout. But I think the people around me really took me in and showed me the ropes. Elizabeth Ball, Kristen Edmonds, ED behind me. I was surrounded by a lot of good people, and they just continually instilled confidence in me that I was there for a reason, and I could guard those players and play at that level.
Exactly. You're kind of on a back line full of other badass women that are going to help you do great. So I love that.
And unfortunately, you picked up an injury in June and you're on the sidelines for a while. What was that recovery process like? Did you have any setbacks when you were trying to recover, or any successes? And did you learn anything about yourself during that process?
Yeah, I think obviously when you come in as a professional athlete, you've probably had your own injuries leading up to that. And it wasn't my first, and I'm sure it won't be my last, but it's just some adversity that you hit as a professional athlete. And it came at a tough time when I was playing a lot of minutes. And I think that was hard on the mental side of things. I obviously didn't want to be injured, but a knee is so significant that you have to be careful with it, and you got to rehab it correctly for the long term of things. It was hard to be on the sidelines, but watching the teams excel and go on that unbeaten streak made it a little bit easier. It was easy to watch them, and loved watching their success and their growth over that time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we ask the serious questions here about emotional state during injuries and stuff. So,
yeah.
Jenna, overall, I mean, you had a great rookie season. I think a lot of rookies maybe hope to get into a couple games, you know what I mean? But you got into a bunch of games. Was there anything that surprised you, or did the season go as you imagined? I mean, I'm sure going to the championship was on your vision board, right? I mean, what'd you expect out of this season?
Yeah, I think coming in as a rookie, again, as a rookie center back, you don't expect much. It's a tough position to work your way into the starting lineup. So I think I really surprised myself coming out of preseason and playing a lot of minutes. I felt like I was playing well and training well. So I was happy that they were looking at my abilities rather than the fact that I was a rookie. So I think honestly, I played a lot more than I had expected. And then going into that injury, that was tough. But I think I came out on the other side a little bit better. I've been there now. I've done that, and I've come back from it, and I'm back to playing like I know that I can. So I think just the roller coaster of emotion and just the whole season. It's so long. You go from playing 3 or 4 months in college to 9 months, which is just a really long time. So I think the experiences and going all the way to the final was just very valuable to have. And it was just, I don't know. I think it's hard. I think that rookie season will be hard to top for any other rookie that comes into the league.
Yeah, agreed. You talk about center back being such a demanding position, in demand position, tough to break into. And I'd say, I mean, you center backs on KC Current, you had to run a lot. I mean, you guys push up. You're not, sitting back all the time. They're throwing balls over your head. And I don't know how many times, you and Elizabeth Ball just have to hoof it back just in a dead out sprint with these strikers. And it's like, damn, center backs have never been more of a demanding position than in this club. Is there something to that? I mean, is that the way coach likes the defenders to play? Just push up like that?
Yeah, I think he likes to get us involved in the attack, and we have some center backs that are good on the ball. So Matt wants to use that to his advantage, and I think it's working well. We're doing what we can, and we like to say, we're attacking players that like to defend. So we like to build out of the back. We like to have the ball at our feet, and it just comes that we also can defend and enjoy making big tackles.
Absolutely. My partner and I follow you on social media, and it seems like every other post is you working with youth soccer and helping coach girls. What's it like to give back to a community that you grew up in?
It's pretty indescribable. Yeah, I knew when I got drafted back here that I would probably take up a role in coaching just because of how much coaches influenced my career and got me to where I wanted to be. So I think it's just an incredible opportunity to be back in Kansas City and see the difference that I'm making in these girls' lives. And I knew that I needed that when I was younger, so I'm just happy to be able to do that for those girls.
Jenna, last week it was announced that you are the first woman to coach in the NWSL, to coach soccer. So congratulations on that amazing opportunity. I think we all saw the press release, and my first thought is like, she's not retiring. What is this?
Oh no,
what is happening? She just got here. This is crazy. I mean, she should do what she wants to do, of course, but I'm baffled. It's absolutely incredible. I mean, how did this opportunity come about, and what is it that the Comets want you to bring? What are you bringing to them?
Yeah, it came about pretty quickly and abruptly. It was an opportunity that was presented to me, and being from Kansas City, I just had some connections. I've been around the Comets for a long time, growing up and playing here. I think just my role is to bring a different lens, so to say, to the Comets. I don't play indoor really. I played growing up, but it's different. Most of those guys come from playing outdoors, so they know the game. But to have me there and be able to see different things that maybe Leo, Stefan, and Alan aren't seeing, and just being a presence there. But I think I'm learning just as much from them that they're looking to learn from me. So I think it's definitely a win-win situation.
Well, not to mention what a way to be around the sport you love when you're not playing the sport you love. Why not be coaching in an organization? Not to mention you all got to just hang with Ted Lasso last week. So that's kind of cool.
Right. Yeah.
So Chris and I are real excited for you. We hope to, we've never been to a Comets game, so we're hoping to get out there sometime soon.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. They're a lot different. There's music playing during live play, which is kind of different. A lot of lights. It's a fun time.
There's cheerleaders. I was like, oh snap, that's weird.
Yeah. Cheerleaders. There's like a lot of things going on in the stands. A lot of fan engagement, I would say. It's an experience. I think everyone should go. It's a fun time, and it's really quite entertaining because the field's so small and play is so quick.
Right, and tickets aren't going to break the wallet or anything like that either.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So I got the most serious question here. You coach a kids team named the Koalas, I believe.
Yeah. Are you stalking? You're stalking her social media, bro.
With Marlia Campbell. That's
yeah.
So you coach a first grade team called the Koalas, and you coach the Comets. Who's easier to coach?
Well, I'm only a week into the Comets thing, so we'll see. They've taken it easy on me a little bit, I think. The Koalas don't really have a filter. They tell me how it is, but I love them. I also have the Wildcats. We can't forget about them. Okay. The Koalas is an iconic name, but I also have the Wildcats. They're second graders. Yeah, they're a fun time. They keep me on my toes for sure. Half the time I'm like, I don't think you're picking up anything that I'm teaching you. And then we'll go to games and I'm seeing a pullback from a first grader. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe we are learning some things at practice.
I love it.
Our next question was going to be, who's the most fun to coach? But it kind of seems like the Koalas are definitely more fun to coach.
Yeah, I get a lot of artwork, a lot of handmade crafts brought to me on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So until the Comets start doing that, I don't know.
They got to step it up, right?
Yeah.
You got, it's like kindergarten teacher status. I love this.
Yes.
And
it's very
koalas,
different.
What a great name as well. You think koalas are cuddly and cute. Those things will rip your damn face off.
Yeah,
like they're absolutely vicious. Jenna, with this new coaching position, I mean, you're obviously busy. I don't know how you have time for anything else. So we do appreciate you being here, but that your off season is going to be filled with Comet stuff, obviously. So not the traditional player thinking about themselves when you got something else going on, but what are your goals for the off season? I mean, are you still kind of working through the injury? Any skills you'd like to perfect for the field or what?
Yeah, I think being able to work with the Comets is honestly going to help me in my off season and my personal goals to play with the Current. I'm learning a lot of things from a lot of different backgrounds, a lot of different guys that have come from different places. So just to be able to listen and absorb things that they are doing in practice and games is widening my knowledge of the game that I'm going to play with the Current. So I think being able to be there and learn and work on technical things with them is helping me make better decisions, quicker decisions, because men are just so much faster. So I think being around them and expanding my knowledge is going to help me make quicker decisions, be more physical on the field and that sort of thing. Just trying to keep up so that I'm ready to go for the Current in February.
When you say men are faster, I don't know if people have seen Cece Kaiser up on the wing running like a gazelle. She's absolutely insane.
Hamilton.
Yes, she does look like a gazelle. We've told her.
Oh, that's the stride. It's just like, and she's gone. It doesn't look like she's going fast, but she's taking off.
Yes.
The soccer season is coming up pretty quickly, and we had 3-month off season. But what are you most looking forward to for the next season with the Current?
Yeah, I think I'm really excited to be back and in Kansas City. I'm excited that we are going to be in the new training facility for the full year. That was a great transition for us last April. I think it really brought out a lot of good things for the season. It translated right at the same time as our unbeaten streak. So given the resources and the environment to thrive in is going to be good for the whole year. I'm excited that we've now made a name for ourselves, and people are expecting us to show up and compete more so than we were last year. I think we surprised a lot of people, but I'm just excited to be back with the girls. Most of them are at home, and I miss them. I'm here in Kansas City by myself a little bit, so I'm excited for everyone to come back and start training again.
Yeah, totally. When we had. Speaking of the girls, when we had Lola Bonta on, she had dish some locker room dirt, who the best and worst dancers are, who gets the aux cord and all that. Do you have any jokers in the locker room? I mean, who is there just a plain joker? Is it Lo? Is that an easy question?
Lo is a pretty good joker. Yeah. Desi always has everyone laughing and joking around. Wouldn't say that's me. Wouldn't claim that title at all, but I'll laugh along with them. They'll make me laugh. I'm not making people laugh as much.
Okay. All right. Focused in on the game. Jenna Winebrenner, just get me out on the field. I get it. What about who are your girls in the team? Like, you got a squad that you like to hang out with or do things outside of the game?
Yeah, I think our rookie class is pretty close. The roommate is Izzy Rodriguez, so pretty close with her and her new puppy that we had around for a little bit in the season. Excited for her and mostly the puppy to come back. A little bit lonely here, but other than that, you know, Kate and Taylor, good friends, Addie and JC, always joking around with E-ball in the back. I would say mostly everyone on the team. Can't think of anyone that I couldn't hang out with for a day or two at a time.
Yeah, it just seems like a tight-knit group of like a family. You know, the whole team just feels really tight. So
yeah,
we'd be remiss if we didn't ask your overall feelings on breaking ground on this new groundbreaking stadium. Like what's the feeling surrounding that? That's exciting.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. Like exciting. Like it's just to be a part of the team that's like the first to do that in the world is incredible. And to do it in your hometown is like, it makes me speechless. I would say we were there for the groundbreaking, obviously. And I'm walking around and this man stops me and he's like, Jenna, hey. And I'm like, and being from Kansas City, like a lot of people stop me and I'm like, I don't know, like if you're just a fan or like I know you from like a few years ago. I'm not really sure. And it's like, it's Mike, your Hy-Vee boss. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like my boss from Hy-Vee, like when I worked there, he's like there at the groundbreaking and VIP. I'm like, oh my gosh. I like just random encounters like that are so cool to be able to do that and like share those special moments with those people that I've grown up with and they've grown up supporting me.
That's amazing. What'd you do at Hy-Vee? Were you checking?
I was online. Kind of was rowing the boat while we were building it, but it was a crazy time I actually worked there during 2020 during COVID. So came home from college, didn't really know what to do without soccer. So got a job at the local Hy-Vee, helped them start the Isles Online program.
What a wild time. That's crazy.
I didn't know. I wasn't playing soccer. There was nowhere to play. I was like, Mom, I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Got to make some money. I mean, got to do something. And now you're a pro soccer player and a coach. I just think that's the coolest thing in the world. So congratulations. And
thank you.
Proud to call you a KC daughter here, you know, and I know everyone's real happy for you. So that's, that's Chris, you got anything else for Jenna?
I don't. I mean, I think we covered everything. It was fantastic to have you on.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Jenna. Hope we can talk to you again. Maybe we'll see you at a game next year sometime.
Yeah.
Or Comets game. We're going to try and go to a Comets game.
There it is.
Or koalas. You never know.
Or koalas.
That'd be so weird.
Two girls come out to the koalas game.
That
first
would be.
Didn't even know who they were.
Let's have 1,000 Winebrenner fans out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're dads. Nope, just fans of the koalas.
I think they're gonna have a lot of fans after this.
Oh, no doubt. Well, Jenna, thank you so much, and we hope to talk to you soon.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. You take care. Buddy. Oh, Jenna Winebrenner. So nice to even be here. She was like, no, the pod? Yeah, I love those guys. I have to be on there.
Is that what she said?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. My memory's foggy.
But I mean, I love to hear her insight as to how she was drafted. Like her experience, by the way, of being drafted like such a long day, like 5 to 6 hours.
Yeah.
That is wild. And I remember watching that draft and every team got a timeout for every round. And the timeout was not really even timed. It was just, until the team wanted to pick.
What is the point?
It was like
every
20
round?
minutes per pick. It was absolutely insane. Like,
and do the math. There's, 12 teams in NWSL. So that's a lot. That's a long ass draft.
It was 10 at the time.
Oh, it was 10 at the time.
Yeah, it was 10 at the time. But it was absolutely brutal. It was that like you
Why
could
was it
literally
10 at the time. What are you talking about? It was 10 at the time?
Yeah, because it was the Current's first year. Oh no, I'm sorry. Never mind. I'm mistaken. It was there was 12.
She just got drafted this year, right? This was her rookie season.
Right.
Otherwise, our entire interview makes no sense if that's what happened.
I was just thinking about the timeouts, which were the absolute worst in the first year of the Kansas City Current. but the timeouts were absolutely terrible.
And you watched the whole thing?
I watched the whole thing.
Dedication, dude.
It was on Twitch. It was on
the draft correspondent.
Which we're gonna talk about the draft coming up for January 12th.
Maybe we should live stream ourselves on Twitch watching the draft. Anyone got 8 hours to spend with us?
Jeez. Just seeing our faces for that long, not good.
I mean, 8 hours, that's enough to do eat 5 meals. Absolutely bananas.
Long time.
Dude, I meant it, by the way. Did you know Ted Lasso was there at the game?
I heard. Yeah, that's really cool.
Sounds like the comments are a big deal when you get Jason frickin' Sudeikis coming out there to those games. I'm excited. I want to make time to get out there. It's not always easy. I think there's like some weekday games as well. Then they got to play then they'll play like Sunday during something I got going on. So it's just, it's planning. It's planning.
We'll make it work. We're excited for
Absolutely.
it though.
Absolutely. Dude, we played indoor, and when she's like, it's a lot faster, I wanted to be like, well, not when we played. But I get
you should have seen us play, basically.
Right.
Like she's like, men are faster. I'm like, it's not my experience.
She did say they're faster. Have you seen kccurrent's forwards? Those women will run the pants off of me. It'd be insane. Do you think that is there offsides in NWSL?
I don't know.
How I don't know how they could enforce that going so fast back and forth like that.
I don't think you could. I don't think you could. It's too quick.
Because we played in a 5-on-5 once and there was no offsides.
Right.
So with a smaller like futsal ball or whatever.
And we played 7-on-7.
And we did play 7-on-7 as well. Yeah. So very cool. Buddy, well, thanks again to Jenna Winebrenner for being here. She's more than gracious with her time. She didn't have to be here at all. But like I said,
she's busy. She's wildly busy.
She could not wait to see our faces. It just made sense for her to be here. So thank you to KC Current for making that happen as well. USWNT info, you said? What's going on there?
Yeah, so because of the new CBA with the U.S. Soccer Federation, the revenue is now split. So the women, with the U.S. men's team making it out of the group stages, the women get $6.5 million in revenue share.
To split among the players?
It's split among the players, which is absolutely incredible because if you look back, the last 2 World Cups that the U.S. women's national team actually won, combined, the amount they won was less than that.
Two combined was less than what they're making because their men counterparts went and did their job.
Yes.
It's weird. I mean, it's I'm not against it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm against that at all. But it is crazy to know, I don't know, man. It'd be like me cheering you on at work for doing your job, knowing that I get a little kickback, a little something.
Yeah. And we should remind ourselves too that the U.S. women's national team brought a ton of revenue into the U.S. Soccer Federation.
A ton of fans. But I guarantee you, people are women's national team fans before men's national team fans. A lot of them, because they're successful, because they got the World Cup patch on their jerseys. Yes, it's in a weird position, but we don't need to go into that. But it's just something the men's jerseys don't have.
When you talk about being proud of your national team, right? What comes to mind first? To me personally, it's the women's national team. I mean, of course, I'm proud of the men's national team, but
sure,
when you talk about success on the international level, the first thing that should come to your mind is the women, because they win World Cups. They're the best team in the world consistently.
Hey, and that's something I know we're all in men's World Cup phase right now. Everyone's enjoying all the group stages and things are about to kick off into the knockout rounds. But you got to know, in a short 7 months, the Women's World Cup is here. And we're now talking about that. And it's not in a country that does slavery. It's in Australia that has bugs the size of your face.
Well, it's actually in New Zealand, but that's okay.
Oh, they're not. I thought they were splitting it. Isn't Australia and New Zealand splitting?
It might be, yeah.
Is that not a thing? Well, either way, they're near each other and,
you
know, big bugs. I don't know if you like bugs, but I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
Have you seen these? There's like viral videos where they're like, oh, mate, look at this. And I'm like, oh shit, that is like, what kind of spider is that?
They have a lot of poisonous and venomous wildlife. Some of the most dangerous in the world.
I forget you own a spider. I just remembered, and I remembered to remind myself, like, never to come to your house because you have a spider. God, how dare I let my guard down?
I feel like that is going to take away attention from the Jenna Winebrenner interview, which I don't want to do. But yes, I have one, and you're more than happy to come and see it at any time.
No, I'm not more than happy.
It's a pet rock. It literally just sits and never moves. It like never moves.
You put googly eyes on it too, like a pet rock?
No, but
do you let it crawl on you?
Absolutely not. No, no.
What
way.
do you do?
I would.
It just sits in a thing.
It just sits there.
A terrarium.
Yep, a little Tupperware bin thing.
You don't bring it out, and you're like, "Look at my spider. I like heavy metal music."
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because my Spotify Wrapped came out today, and it was like industrial metal as my man.
You do listen to Rammstein, you German fucker.
and and I'm like, God, there's so many weird dots that kind of connect. But if you like, I don't fit that description one would traditionally think of.
You're dark, bro. You're like Buzz from Home Alone. You got a big old tarantula.
But I want to go back to Jenna.
Yeah,
and she's coaching more than one team, by the way.
Is she ever home? Like, and first of all, she lives with Izzy Rodriguez and Izzy's dog. Like, wish we could have had a dog appearance. Kind of sad it didn't happen.
Maybe we should get Izzy on and have the dog too.
Need to do it. It is a must. It will happen. I will manifest all dogs on this podcast.
Any interviews, pets are always welcome. Just
absolutely.
General rule. Let's get that out right now.
Except for mine. They're assholes. They like to bark, so they stay in another room.
Yeah. My cat would walk all up across my computer, so we don't want that.
Oh, yeah. Just turn it right off. Take it.
Yep.
Take you down. Buddy, it's going to be like she's very busy. And while most athletes are like, rehab, Lola Bonta is like traveling the world with her husband right now.
She's in Honduras, which... with a lot of wildlife, by the way. So Vanessa and I are incredibly jealous. We're trying to live through her social media. So
a lot of big bugs, though.
A lot, and spiders.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Probably koalas, though. Huh?
No, I don't think there's any koalas in Honduras. But
is there not? I don't know. I know they like eucalyptus leaves. I know that's a thing. Yeah. But they, I think that what I was saying is. Lowe's traveling to Honduras for God's sakes. Yeah. And Jenna Winebrenner's like, I think I'm going to work.
I'm going to go coach men.
We've talked about this before though. I think she has to work. I don't know what a rookie contract is, but I think make a little money coaching on the side isn't a bad little gig. So,
like you mentioned, she's going to take that knowledge and she's going to take it and bring it right back.
Bring it right back and use it herself on the field. Man, if how coaches kind of insert themselves into practice sometimes and be there for like a second pass opportunity or a service or something like that. She's going to get used to playing fast and fast twitch muscles are going to be activated all over the place. She's going to come on the field and be running past CC Kaiser on the wing.
Making that deep run.
Unreal though. I mean it though. There were a few times when she had to go toe to toe with some strikers, man. It's crazy. They go up so far like that, and more power to them.
No, I'm excited to see her being a rookie, to go in there and then, coach and to see, I just want to see her grow as a player, right? On and off the field or on the field as a player, on the field as a coach. And that's all you can kind of hope for. And I can't wait to see her back on the field, whether that's starting or whether that's coming in with some quality minutes. She's going to contribute a lot.
Is sorry, I didn't want to ask her because I didn't want to feel like a dummy. Is she completely injury free right now, or is it still a process?
I think she's injury free. I think she was available, I believe.
Was she available for the championship?
Yeah.
Okay. But she didn't play, did she?
No. No, she didn't play.
Okay. I can't even remember, man. That was such a long ass weekend. What a wild time that was with you. So, hey, maybe we'll do it again next year. That'd be fun.
Yeah. I'm anytime they go to the championship, you can count me in. So
no doubt.
We're going to make it happen.
Anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here?
Yeah, just kind of going around the league and just touching on something relating to Kansas City Current. Abby Smith, former Kansas City Current goalkeeper, who was traded to Portland for AD Franch. She was a unrestricted free agent. She signed with Gotham. So just kind of a cool little Kansas City connection.
She was still playing? That's good.
Yep. So I think she's probably going to be the backup, but I think she can provide good competition with their starters. So nice to see a player who is no longer with our team continue to do well.
Yeah, for sure. I love that. I feel like I had something else to say, but I can't remember now. Do you like my ring light, by the way? Can you see my ring light?
Oh, is that? Looks
yeah.
nice.
That's why you can see all my pores and all my Jordans.
You did it to show off your shoes, right? That's the main reason.
That's why I angle it, because when you got them, you got to show them off, sneakerhead style. So, Hey, I'm gonna wrap it up. You good for that?
Yep.
All right, folks. Thank you so much. Hey, did you know, by the way, we're in the KC Current Discord? That's right. People are posting us in there saying this is great. You guys had Danielle on. We love this. So Danielle made us real popular. So thank you last week. And post it in the Discord, people. We got Jenna Winebrenner. It's exciting stuff.
Join the Blue Crew. Support women's soccer.
Blue Crew, absolutely. Thank you so much for being here. This does not happen without you listening. Please leave us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts, 5 stars on Spotify, wherever you listen to us. It doesn't matter, just as long as you're listening. So hit us up on Twitter and Instagram. We're at No Other Pod, at Dan Kooser, at Chris Wright 21. You can send us an email at nootherpod@gmail.com. And, if you got questions about the off season, the season coming up, let us know. We'll get to them. We'll read all reviews and questions on here and make this your guys' show. So that being said, I am Daniel. He's Chris, and we love you so very much. Goodbye.